Hey guys, how's it going? Well, everything I needed for the build is pretty much ordered or coming in. I did a few dumb things when I moved. I kind of threw out all my nuts and bolts. So I'm going to have to reorder all those, which will actually kind of work. It'll be more custom because now I can measure out exactly the bolt size and diameter and order them off of Amazon, and they'll fit every time. But it's just going to slow this whole build down. Anyway, I've decided to crack this open again. Used it for a whole summer. I might even got it wet a few times. It never failed. And my original review of this controller wasn't good. I said it wasn't that good, but you know what? It actually isn't bad. It's sine wave. It's super quiet, and it does have the power, which is a surprise given its size. So I overvolted it all summer. So what I want to do is I want to just quickly crack it open and see if there's any visible damage, like overheating traces or anything like that. Other than that, it's going back on the bike. The prices on everything are skyrocketing, and I'm just going to avoid ordering anything until things get worked out. I wanted to try the new controllers, but I can imagine they're going to be double the price. Let's just keep this ride on the road until I can afford to, well, until the prices come down anyway. From what I remember last time I opened this, I had to take the sides off, and then there was clips on the side, and then there's a huge O-ring inside of it, which I wouldn't say is 100% waterproof, because if you look at these plates, that's just foam. It's not rubber. You get enough water on that, it'll get past the foam, no problem. Same with this one. It's just foam. Alright. That cap looks like it's swelled up. Anyway. Guess both sides gotta come off. I'll try and do this without stabbing myself. Almost. Not easy to open. I don't get why this wouldn't just pop up. That's why. Actually, I'm taking the wrong side off. I should be taking this side off first. What's holding it is these connectors. This side's got to come off first. man. I'm complaining. At least it's not going to fall apart. But that's got one hell of a seal on it. Let's try this side. At least you're seeing how easy it is to open. That's going to be a stab. Go. And there's your seal, or their version of one. Which, like I said, the sides aren't rubber, so it's not going to have much in the way of sealing out the elements. Well, it doesn't. Besides this, some of these not being glued down, it actually looks pretty good. Nothing's moving around. The rails are still, copper. They're not burnt. No swelling. I'd say it's survived. Jeez, I didn't even see that. Can you see that? Right there? To up the amps, they put a big ass blob of solder on the end. Actually should remove that. That looks like someone tried to modify it. It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Anyway, I don't see anything drastically wrong with it, so I think it'll be good for another season. Cool. You don't normally see that with shunts. I don't know, I didn't do that, so that might explain why it pulls so well. Didn't blow up, so I'm going to leave it. Once I get this thing back together, I'll just go over quickly where I'm going to get all my nuts and bolts from. Get spilled. Looks pretty good. Now, if you open up a controller and it has that piece of foam in there and it's not rubber, You could try maybe white silicone, but I wouldn't leave the that foam piece in there. Like literally silicone it and put the plate back on. It'll seal it right up. So looking forward to getting back on the road. This has been a long winter. Yeah, for a while there it was clear, and then all of a sudden it's just snow. And the roads were just brutal. Nothing I'd want to ride through. Not a bad controller. It's definitely going back on the ebikes.ca motor. Like I said, it's super quiet and super torquey, so. Actually, what I want to do is I want to show you what I'm going to end up buying. Trailer's already ordered, so we're good with that. I ended up ordering a set of these. You can see that. I have this part here already on the batteries, but this piece here, or the hook, I ended up throwing that out. It was stuck on the old bracket that I used for the battery pack. So I had to reorder it. I got to reuse all those hooks and maybe a few of these pieces right here. But we'll see. It's ordered. What I wanted to show you when I had to end up buying. No, that's not it. Oh my god. Seriously? Kits like this, it's gonna suck. But, like I said, I'm gonna measure out first, see exactly what I need, and they're not cheap. $29 for that one. You got other ones for, one part of the bike I need really long threaded screws, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy an actual rod that's threaded and just nut it on each end after I cut it to size, versus trying to find something the right size. I'll show you what I mean, and I'll show you the bike. So I basically got to keep the battery as far from the back as far as I can go so I can still pedal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bar from this hole here over to here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it level right to here, and hopefully it won't hit the pedal, which I don't think it will, and then drill a hole through there and then have a rod that goes through there and bolts them both together, and that rod will come out here, past here, into probably about here, and this will be the area where the battery is going to be pretty much mounted. So it's all steel. It's not going to bend. It's not going to fall into the wheel. But this bar coming across here will definitely give it some support on this area here. The support for the bottom of the bracket for the battery will be down here, which has already got a hole right here. So yeah, it'll pretty much almost all four corners will have support for the battery. It should be right over the wheel, and that'll still give me the room for me able to pedal. I'm not going to be able to pedal on the ball on my feet, but maybe on the back, just so I can pedal. That's about it. Concentrate everything on there. I got the shock back on. obviously, because that was brutal. I should have made this, I should have renamed it Spine Killer 2000, because every time you hit a pothole, this thing would just drive the seat right up your ass. Batteries have been checked, they're good. But once the wagon comes in, we'll part it out and see what we can use. Like I said, most of it's going to be used, except for the piece that goes to the clamps of the bike. We'll see. But I'm actually regretting I got rid of the back piece that extended this bike. But the thing is, where I'm living now, I mean, it's pretty close to the door. So I'm kind of limited. This bracket part here should work out. It's going to take a little bit of work. And like I said, now I have to reorder all the bolts. It's what a pain in the ass. Anyway, take it easy, guys.